in Guinea. As you will watch in this video is just to illustrate and also to show how the Guineans have embraced the coup and are also hoping for a change in their lifestyle and also in their governance. Africans are really tired of the way things are happening around the world, and Africa still remains at the back of affairs. The Guineans have actually shown that they are behind the military coup and that they want a change in the government and also the policies of the government. So you will watch this video and see for yourself how they react on the streets after the coup d'etat and what they expect in the coming years.
Nicholas Hawk, Al Jazeera.
Well, Ghanaian journalist Yusuf Barr sent us this update from Conakry.
Up to now, the president is in the hand of the special force. They've confirmed it, and they said the president is safe, and nothing is going to happen with the president. And they've asked all Guineans to go to work tomorrow, and they've asked all government authorities to report tomorrow at the parliament building. Anybody who refuses to go, they will take that person, they'll call that person a rebel, and this person will be arrested. Just now, military officials were telling us, talking to we, the journalists around the national television tonight, although we have the curfew, they said to us, Yusuf, this coup is not a military coup. This is for the people. We are here to free the people. We are here. The people of Guinea have been suffering, so they're asking all Guineans to support them. He said it's like they are getting the support from the general public. Everybody is in line with the coup leaders. Everybody, up to now, already is coffee, but there are some areas, people are in the streets, still dancing, welcoming the military. And there is no military patrol in the streets. Nobody is patrolling the streets. They've asked everybody to go to work tomorrow. So if people go to work tomorrow, definitely 100% the military have succeeded. Everybody is in support of them. There came a time when Guineans were asking for...
They are also expecting from this coming government and hoping for a better Guinea Republic. Guinea is one of the second largest, or if not the second largest producer of bauxite, which is used in the manufacturing of aluminium, and yet Guinea remains a poor country and also suffering from unstable governance and also suffering from social amenities. And so the Guineans are actually happy with what has taken place. And please drop your comment about what you think these Guineans will be facing in the near future. Is it going to be a turnaround for good, or is it going to be a turnaround for the worse? Most African leaders are condemning this act. The UN is condemning this act, ECOWAS is condemning this act, the AU is condemning this act. So we hope to see that a new Guinea emerge from this military coup, even though the military has said that they have not taken over to make things worse for the Guineans, but they've taken over to improve the life of the Guineans. They are for the people, and so they have to protect the people first.
Change.
There were celebrations in some neighborhoods of the capital before an overnight nationwide curfew was put in place, with the military patrolling the streets. Coup leaders have removed regional governors and replaced them with military commanders. The military has asked civil servants to return to work on Monday, and all former ministers and government officials are expected to gather at 11 a.m. at the People's Palace. The coup leaders say any defiance will be treated as an act of rebellion. Earlier, gunfire and explosions were heard around the presidential palace, with men in uniform asking residents to stay indoors. Alpha Conde won last October's presidential election amidst widespread protest. He amended the constitution, allowing him to run for a third mandate. The outcome was disputed by the opposition and members of civil society. Security forces fired live rounds to disperse the demonstrators. French President Macron accused Conde of grabbing power, with neighboring Senegal and Guinea-Bissau closing their borders, leaving the president increasingly isolated. Conde has been accused by critics of corruption and profiting from the mineral-rich country while leaving the citizens in poverty. Last week, Alpha Conde asked the parliament to raise the budget for the president while reducing budgets and wages of the civil servants and members of the security forces. The United Nations Secretary General has called for the immediate release of the president and condemned the takeover by security forces. The African Union and ECOWAS have also condemned the coup, with the West African bloc threatening sanctions if the elected government isn't reinstated. After 11 years in power and thwarting numerous coup attempts, Alpha Conde appears meek and humiliated, no longer in power in a country in chaos faced with uncertainty. On national television, coup leader Mamadi Doumbouya, a former French legionnaire, now head of the country's special forces, says the borders are closed and the constitution dissolved.
Most of the Guineans were asking for change. So this is exactly what is happening.
I'm personally following the situation there very closely. I strongly condemn any takeover of the government by force of the gun and call for the immediate release of President Alpha Conde. Okwasi Osei is a professor of history and political science at Delaware University. He says citizens are backing Colonel Doumbouya.
Don't forget, Colonel Doumbouya is a Conde man. He was placed in charge of the special forces and specially trained to protect Conde. So I think it's important to understand why perhaps the country seems to stand behind him, because he is considered a Conde person. And if he believes that this is what they need to do, then perhaps that's why they're following him. So all sources say that in spite of the AU, ECOWAS requests for them to go back to the barracks, it's not working. It's not being heard in Guinea. And the people are behind Colonel Doumbouya. We just have to look next door to Mali to find out what happened in Mali and Cote d'Ivoire, for example. We're talking about situations where sitting presidents force their way into unconstitutional third terms. And we know what happened in Mali. We still have the military in control. They're still discussing what to do next in Mali. I believe that is precisely what's going to happen in Guinea. It's, right now, there's no question that Colonel Doumbouya is in charge, and he's the de facto head. So sanctions or no sanctions, they would have to talk to him. And more importantly, they would have to take the measure of the country. And it is clear that it is a popular uprising, at least as of the moment.
Not in his usual presidential attire. On this mobile phone video, the 83-year-old president appears disheveled. He's being detained by the country's special forces. Men meant to protect him now hold him in custody. One soldier asks him, "Have you been beaten or injured?" "No," he said.
The soldiers who seized power in Guinea over the weekend have consolidated their takeover, installing army officers at the top of the West African country's 8 regions and various administrative districts. Sunday's uprising saw an elite military unit detain President Alpha Conde, with other top politicians also held or barred from travelling. Conde was serving a 3rd term, having altered the constitution so he could stand, something his opponents called illegal. On Tuesday, the capital Conakry enjoyed a second day of calm. Some military checkpoints were removed and traffic was returning to normal. However, West African countries are threatening sanctions. Leaders from the ECOWAS bloc will meet on Wednesday to discuss the situation. Coup leader Mamadi Doumbouya, a former officer in the French Foreign Legion, has promised a transitional government of national unity and a new era for governance and economic development. He's not yet explained exactly what that entails, or given a time frame. There are also concerns of disruption to supplies of bauxite. Guinea is the world's 2nd largest producer of the ore, which is used in the production of aluminum. But speaking on Monday, Doumbouya offered reassurance.
Mining companies are asked to continue their activities. The maritime borders will stay open for the export of mining products. The curfew in mining areas is lifted in order to continue production.
International companies involved in the mining of Guinea's bauxite have also reported that their activities have been unaffected.
Thank you for watching. Do make sure you subscribe to this channel and leave me a comment so that I will know and answer you in the near future. Thank you.